Parshas Beshalach, Shiur, Tafshin Ayin Beis. We're going to talk about something very special this week, something that really interests everybody, I'm sure, something which everybody's interested in, something which everybody needs, something which everybody wants. I'm not talking about a sandwich right now. And the inyan that we're going to talk about is the inyan of Parnasa. Many people this week on Tuesday of Parshas Beshalach, special segula, people say Shnai Mikra V'Echad Targum, Parshas Hamon. So there are various reasons for it. It's brought down as a segula in different svarim. But we're going to talk a little bit about the inyan of Parnasa that we learned from Parshas Hamon. The pasuk says, "Vayomer Hashem el Moshe." Hashem said to Moshe, "Hineni mamtir lochem lechem min hashamayim." I'm going to rain down lechem min hashamayim. V'yatza ha'om v'lokatu dvar yoim v'yoimai. Everybody will go out and take for themselves one day's portion of man. Leman anasenu, so I can test you. Hayelech b'sorasim loy. Through this, I'm going to test you. Do you follow my Torah or don't you follow the Torah? So Rashi says right over there, on Leman anasenu, what does it mean in order that I can test you? Leman anasenu. Zogt Rashi that the test is to see if you keep the mitzvahs of the man. And what are the mitzvahs of the man, Zogt Rashi? Do you leave man over for the next day? Are you doing as I told you, just to take one day's worth of man? And also, do you go out and collect man on Shabbos? Leman anasenu, on these two different things. That's what Rashi says. So the Sifsei Chachamim says on Rashi, he says that the reason why Rashi has to tell us this is because I would think that the Leman anasenu might only be going on the fact that you're not supposed to loisasiru. You're not supposed to leave anyone over. You're supposed to take just for one day. So Rashi's telling us that Leman anasenu is also going on the other nisayin of the month. The other test was whether you take the month on Shabbos. That's what Rashi says. If so, if we're saying that this is the test, and this is what the month is talking about, why doesn't it say Leman anasenu at the beginning of the pasuk? Hineni mamtir lochem lechem min hashamayim. I'm going to rain down mon to you, Leman anasenu, in order to test you. Why does it say? Why does it go through the whole pasuk? V'yatza ha'am v'laktu, and you go out and take dvar yoim v'yoimai for one day, and then it says Leman anasenu. Why is that? Why it should just say it after Hineni mamtir lochem? One question. Another question we could ask here: why is there a test at all here? There are so many mitzvahs in the Torah, and so many things that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and there's so many things that we're told to us to do in the Torah, and we really don't see places that it says, Leman anasenu, do this in order that I can test you. Why is there a test here? What's this Leman anasenu? Another thing is, we see a little bit further, it says, Meloi ha'omer mimenu lemishmeres l'dorei seichem. After it says, I'm going to test you, later on in the Parshas Hamon, it says, take an oimer of this mon and put it away for posterity, right? And this should be the mon. You should take a portion of mon and put it away as a remembrance. Why is that? There were so many nisim in the midbar. There were so many things that happened, and we don't find that we single out any other nace to say, take a piece of this nace, take something that happened with this nace, and put it away, and save it. Put it away that we should, I'm not even going to mention this race, put it away that we should remember in later years that something happened, that it should be a remembrance. Put it away for posterity, only by the month. So let's try to explain all of these things with the Yesod that we mentioned from the Nesivos many, many times. The Nesivos says in this week's Parsha, as he says many times that we've discussed before, the inyan of the nitzchias in the Torah. that the Torah doesn't just tell us things, doesn't say things that happened in the history. It wouldn't just tell us that the Mon happened or what we do with the Mon. The Torah, by telling us all these things in the Parshas Hamon, the Torah is teaching us, it's Nesivos, it's teaching us lessons that we have to learn for today. It's brought down in the Svarim of the Talmidei Baal Shem Tov that the lesson of the Nitzchias of the Mon is what? The lesson of Nitzchias of Mon is to teach us the lessons of Emunah and Bitochen when it comes to Parnasa. Always. We always say that this Nitzchias, that the Torah is teaching us lessons. The Talmidei Baal Shem Tov is brought down in Svarim, brought down in Nesivos Shalom, that the lesson here is to teach us Emunah and Bitochen forever about Parnasa. And there's a beautiful Noam Elimelech brought down about this. Noam Elimelech says, and with this will be makdim, how we're going to answer all the questions. The pasuk says, "Hineni mamtir lachem." I'm going to make it rain. I'm going to make it rain for you, lechem. Make it rain for you, the mon. Zok the Noam Elimelech. It's teaching us that rain is something we go outside and we see that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that it rains. It rains. If the Torah is teaching us by using the lashon of mamtir, that it rains, that the same way HaKadosh Baruch Hu could make it rain and does make it rain water, Hashem can make it rain parnasa also. He can make it rain lechem. It's not any different than rain. Hineni mamtir lachem. That if you're zoicha, if you're taka kli kibul, if you are something that could be makabel the bracha, if you're ready to be makabel the bracha, then hineni mamtir lachem, the same way that it could rain, the same way HaKadosh Baruch Hu makes it rain, He could also make it rain parnasa. He can make it rain lechem. However, what happens? It's up to you. It's up to you that you have to be a klei kibul. You have to be there ready to catch the brachas, ready to catch the lechem that's coming down in Hashemayim. However, Zok the Noam Elimelech, if you do though, like it says in the pasuk, the yotza ha'am v'loktu. But if you go out of this gather bitachon, the yotza ha'am, if you go out and you're not in this level of bitachon, the yotza ha'am, what happens if the yotza ha'am v'loktu dvar yom b'yoymai? If you don't have this emunah and bitachon, the yotza ha'am, and you go out, then v'loktu dvar yom b'yoymai, you're going to have to worry about your parnasa every day. If you're not trusting HaKadosh Baruch Hu, if you're not trusting that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to be the one to rain down the parnasa, then you're going to have to worry about it every day. The Shalom also brings down from the Sefer Bermayim Chaim. It says in the pasuk, "V'lo yihadif hamarbeh ve'hamamid lo yachsir." If somebody took more, you didn't have it, and if you took a little less, you still have as much as you're supposed to get. Zok the Nesivos Shalom, that many times when a person wants to make parnasa in his life, so he goes through all the schemes to grab a bigger piece of the pie than you actually have. You think what somebody else has, that's not really for him, that's for me. You go to your competition, you try to run an end around your competition, find a trick that you should grab more to business. You go into one of your competitors' customers, you go to things, you do things that you say, well, it's not his, it's never really supposed to be his, it's really for me, right? Zok the Nesivos Shalom, that pasuk is teaching you that as much as you are nigzar on Rosh Hashanah to have, that's exactly what you're going to have. That's a lesson l'doiros, not just about the mon. If you try to grab more parnasa, if you do things, if you steal, if you trick, if you scheme to try to grab someone else's parnasa, to try to take someone else's piece of the pie, just know that you're going to lose it. You're going to lose it somewhere else. Someone who grabs more than they're supposed to, you're not going to have any more. It's exactly what you were nigzar on Rosh Hashanah. That's what you're going to get. Alright, so then a person could ask, if I'm going to get exactly what I'm supposed to get min hashamayim on Rosh Hashanah, so, and this is a question that everybody wants to know, why can't I just sit on the couch? Oh yeah, of course with the sefer, but why can't I just sit on the couch and wait for the parnasa to come? Zok the Nesivos Shalom, no. The pasuk says in Parshas Bereshis that after the chet by Adam Arishon, it says b'zeas apecha toicha lechem. With the sweat of your brow, in other words, you have to work for parnasa. But the thing is, you have to know that that's the reason you're working. You're not working because the more and more and more you work, and the more you try to take, because that's what you're going to get more. No. The reason you work, otherwise, Taka, maybe you should be able to wait for your Parnasa to come down. No. But since Adam Arishan, there's a klola in the world, that you have to work for your Parnasa. But that's the only reason you work, because of that, not because you're going to grab or be able to get any more if you work harder. In other words, a person's supposed to work up to what he's supposed to do his ishtadlus, and the rest of the time he's really supposed to learn. He's supposed to be Isaac in Ruchnias. He's supposed to be Isaac in Chesed. He's supposed to be Isaac in things that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants you to do. Very much like a field. If a person has a field, and let's say you do nothing, you buy acres and acres of land. Of course, in Lakewood there's not much left. Maybe Industrial Park there's a little bit, but there's not much left land. Right? A person, you go out, you go up to the mountains, you go out somewhere where there's good land, and you buy the land, and you go sit down in your house, and you say, now I'm going to wait for crops to grow. It's ridiculous, right? We know it's not going to happen. What does the person have to do? You have to go out, you have to seed. You have to seed the land. But after you seed the land, who's it telling you? What could you do? You can't do anything. You can't make it rain. You can't do anything. That's the same way Parnasa works. You have to plant the seeds. You have to go out. You have to have a job. You have to work. You have to make your shtadlus for Parnasa. But after that, it's like you have to, the same way you have to wait for the rain. You have to wait for the lechem. You have to wait for the rain of the Parnasa for HaKadosh Baruch Hu to help you and bring down. So the same lesson of the rain is the lesson of the hishtadlus of Parnasa. So we see that Parshas Hamon is full of lessons of Amunah and B'tochen. Hineni mamtir lochem. V'yotza'am v'loketu. V'loi hedif. You can't have more than you're supposed to have. And that's why it says over here, Leman anasenu. We asked, why do you wait to the end of the pasuk where it talks about that you should go out and collect every day? We said it should say Leman anasenu at the beginning of the parsha, at the beginning of the pasuk. The reason it says Leman anasenu over here is because we need to say Yoim b'yoimoi. The pasuk needs to tell us that every single day and throughout your whole life you have to be hoping and being mispalel to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and hoping the nisayon of Parnasa is every single day. We're being tested every day. Whether we think that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to, whether we have the emunah and bitachon that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to come and give us our Parnasa on that day. And that's the same way, the same reason the pasuk tells us that the mun is something they put away for posterity. You don't see any other piece of a nace, any other nace that happened in the midbar. They had a nace of whatever it was by Tzfardeya. You don't see it. It said to take a frog and put it away forever so you can look at it one day. The reason you have to look at the mun, the reason you have to know about the mun every day, because it's taka nisayin that we have. Everybody knows every single day of your life. People think about the parnasa. How are you going to support your family? How are you going to pay your tuition? How are you going to get your children to school? The Rebbeinu Shalom told us back then already, take that lesson of the mun and all these lessons, put it away for posterity, put it away forever. Just want to end with a Gemara, a very interesting Gemara. Gemara says, Masechta Yuma, Daf Ayin Vavam and Aleph, that the Talmidim of Rav Shimon Bar Yochai went to Rav Shimon Bar Yochai, and they asked him, why was it that in the Midbar, why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu make the mun come down once a year? Why did it have to come down every day? Maybe, I don't know if it come down on Rosh Hashanah, maybe Yom Tov not, but the day after Rosh Hashanah, the mun should come down, you take a haul it off to your house, and then however it would work, you split it up, you don't split it up. Why did the mun have to come down every day? So Rav Shimon Bar Yochai answered with a mashal of a child of a king. As every mashal, always has a king, and here's our king. The mashal of a child of a king, that the king wants to see his son every day, right? So a king doesn't tell his child, you know what, come to my palace once a year, and I'm going to give you your sustenance, I'm going to give you all the money you need for the whole year. No, the king wants that his son should come every day, he should come be in his palace every day, that he should have a shaykhus with him, that he should be able to be close to the son, he should be able to be close to the prince. Zot Nesivos Shalom, the same thing, is a yid has to know that every day, everything's off the table. Every day is a new tzinar of Parnasa. There's a new hashpah, there's new tzinar of Parnasa. HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends down the brachas every single day. And Lamaisa, we think we have to struggle every day. It's a bracha that we have to bother and we have to work for our Parnasa every day, because the bracha is HaKadosh Baruch Hu is telling us, be mispalel for your Parnasa every day. Work for your Parnasa every day. Why? Because I want to have shaykhus with you. You know, it's brought down, we mentioned, I think even by Parshas Bereshis, that by the Nachash, it says that the Nachash was not, when the Nachash got his punishment, so the Nachash was a snake on the ground. So how bad could that be? The Nachash is one animal that you know never ever has to look further than his nose for his food. It was a great, what's wrong with, what kind of punishment was that for the Nachash? He slithers along the ground, and any time he wants to stop, right there's his food. That's considered a punishment. So the Mefarshim say that the punishment of the Nachash was, HaKadosh Baruch Hu told the Nachash, yeah, you're going to have your food. Here's your food. I don't want to hear from you. That's it. I don't have any shaykhs with you. And that's the worst thing that could be, where HaKadosh Baruch Hu tells you, here it is, take everything you want, I don't want to have. We want lehepach, we want a shaykhs HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So we want to take these lessons of emunah and bitachon, of the man, and apply them to our daily lives. And yes, we have to do our ishtadlus, and yes, we have to go out and work, and yes, but we also have to understand that every single day HaKadosh Baruch Hu is pouring down the brachas of Parnasa. He's pouring it down, but we have to be there, ready to be makabel the brachas. And that's the lesson of the Mon in this week's Parsha, and that's the lesson of Parnasa, and something we should think about and taka use going forward from Shabbos Shiur.